Are we there yet?
No.
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 Hi, and welcome to the September edition of the Year of Shame Challenge podcast. I'm Si Stevens, and joining me is not one, not two, but three other hosts this month. And they are Jayce.
Hello.
And Darren.
Uh-huh.
And for the first time joining me as well, it's Terry.
Hello there.
So guys, what have we been up to this last month since I last spoke to you a year ago?
Well, to be honest, I've been kind of busy. I've been trying to get rid of the rest that I had on my pile to do. So, started playing Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet. And to be honest, it was okay. It was an indie game from the Summer of Arcade last year. I got about halfway through, though, and just found it rather annoying. Apparently, it's only a short game, but it just wasn't my cup of tea, so I ended up...
It's not even shorter.
Yeah, exactly. It was half as long as everybody else. So I deleted that. Completed Red Dead Redemption.
Completed or finished?
Finished. The main story. Not Jayce Stokes finished. I completed the main story of the Undead Nightmare DLC. I've completed all the DLCs for Skyrim in the same way that I've completed Red Dead Redemption. I've had my usual go-tos, so my Mario Kart 7, and my Everybody's Golf, and my Super Mario 3D Land. And I've been giving the Vita some love. So I've been playing Escape Plan, and also some Wipeout 2048, which absolutely cracking game. Every time I pick that up, it's just like, this Vita is amazing.
You can't go wrong with Wipeout, mate. It's always been good.
Yeah, I'm no good at it still, but I'm still enjoying it. And then finally, I fired up Steam a little bit because our lass has been playing Prison Architect and stuff. And so I played some Star Conflict, which was a free-to-play space battle-y type game, which was kind of cool. I played some Dota 2 because that Dota 2 key I got given, started working on the Mac. So I played a little bit of that, got my ass handed to me, stopped playing. Did the same with League of Legends. Very similar game, got my ass handed to me. And then finally, Diablo 3 demo. I played it on the Xbox. Me and our last played it in co-op and absolutely loved it. So then we played through the demo on the Mac as well. And again, absolutely loved it. So 5-6 weeks, I've managed to get in quite a lot.
Yeah, that is quite a fair bit. Jayce, what have you been up to?
This won't be very long. Nothing at all, mate, really. I've had a massive invasion of real life, which isn't to be discussed on this podcast, but it's meant that I've been away from my games, I've been away from podcasting, I've been away from all sorts of things. The only real thing I've been playing lots of is my new love, which is Trackmania Stadium on Steam. It's something I picked up a while ago. It's probably in the Steam sale, actually. I picked it up for the princely sum of about £3. And it's a fantastic game. It just suits my playing entirely. Lots and lots of trial and error, lots and lots of doing the same thing over and over again, which is fine. And it's got cars in it. So I've worked my way up the leaderboards, and in the single player mode, I'm now 9th in the West Midlands. I did go up to 8th, but somebody knocked me down to 9th, so I'm on the fight back there. So 75th in the UK on that. And really just loving it. So that's pretty much all I've played. I'm very boring and old.
I mean, it's made up some time from Darren.
Yeah.
Terry, what have you been up to, mate?
Not much. Played little bits and pieces here and there. Like Darren, I've been playing on my Vita a lot recently. Took advantage of PlayStation Plus and decided to download kind of a handful of games that I've not touched before. So, I was playing like Jack and Daxter Trilogy and that sort of stuff. Ended up playing a little bit of Shadow of the Colossus, realised that everything's inverted, and abruptly just switched the fucker off, because who inverts the controls these days?
Oh, wow. Sounds awesome.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. It just boggled my mind, and I just had to turn it off. With the
Hasn't that
Microsoft
gone
points I
down
got from Now TV, I got Call of Juarez Gunslinger.
Okay.
For a first-person shooter, that's actually really good. It's not the way that the story's told and stuff like that. It's actually a fun little game to play. I did get State of Decay, but I've still to load that up. Yeah, I just can't be bothered at the moment. Played a bit of Everybody's Golf on the Vita with Mr. D5120.
Whoever he may be.
Yeah, exactly. We're in the midst of a turn-based game at the moment, and single player, and getting my ass handed to me, so it's all good. And the last one is Splinter Cell. I'm not going to go into detail as to which one it is, but Splinter Cell.
How did you acquire Splinter
You
Cell?
know exactly how I did it. Right, okay.
I can't remember which one it was. Were you gifted it, or a friend give you? I don't know. There was just so many excuses.
Right, okay. This is a genuine thing, and you know about it, but I'm going to explain it to Jason Sai.
Okay.
Right, okay then. I was going to... Let's try again. My colleague...
Yeah.
Right, my colleague likes to play co-op games, and I've not played a co-op game for him for a while, and he asked me if I was getting Splinter Cell, and I said no, because I'm part of this challenge, blah, 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 for YoS. And then he said, okay, I've just won some money on the lottery, I got $2,000, I will buy you a copy so that we can play co-op.
Bullshit.
It's not bullshit! I showed you the text messages and everything, and you think that my Photoshop skills are good enough to actually edit those things.
It does sound like bullshit.
It does sound like bullshit, but I told him that at the time and said, there's no fucking way that they're going to buy this. And I've got proof and everything.
Your proof is a text message sent from another phone. Oh, weird.
Right, this has been going on all evening.
Violin blooming music on that.
But why was
Some story, then you're doing something wrong.
I have to say the fact that your mate won money on the lottery and he bought you a game when we got next gen around the corner. I'd find new friends.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's getting a PlayStation 4 and all that good stuff, but he's a fiend for buying new games. But he did state at the time, I wouldn't do this out of my wage, but because I've got some free money, there you go.
Isn't this one of your excuses from last month?
It wasn't. No, it's not an
Fine
excuse.
person to talk about excuses.
That's the thing. It's actual reality, and it's frustrating because I know it's real and everything.
Oh, of course, it's like your GTA pickup. But,
We won't. I mean, let's
we'll
not
get
go.
onto that.
Yeah, let's not go into that. Happy GTA Day, everyone. Fuck you all.
So, Sai,
Yeah.
what have you been playing?
What am I playing? I'll tell you what I've not been playing
Okay.
is GTA 5.
Right, okay.
Funnily enough, neither have I.
No, I've not been playing it. I've bought it as my Joker, and Jayce is going to be listening to all previous shows to find out when I didn't use my Joker. But so I picked that up today. What else? I played Battlefield 3 when it was on a Plus game, and this was just before my wedding, and it was about 5 weeks before when I started playing it. And I absolutely detested it. It was one of those games I just couldn't get into. I couldn't get into the single player, I couldn't get into the multiplayer, I couldn't get into any part of it. To the point of it put me in that much of a funk, I didn't play another game for 8 weeks after that.
Nice.
Okay.
So yeah, that's deleted now. I've played Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, and I just couldn't get into that either.
Did you finish the main game?
Yeah, I finished the main game about 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
And I got everything pretty far in like the trials and the bear hunting and things like that. But when I lost the save games off my PS3, it kind of destroyed it for me because I didn't want to go and play the whole game again.
Right, okay.
But obviously Red Dead Redemption throws you straight in there. So I did boot up the original game just to get like the tutorial again, get used to the controls. But no, the Shorehorn Zombies just didn't do it for me.
Well, to be honest, I'm not a fan of zombie games, and I really enjoyed it. I thought the zombies were good enough and not overdone.
See, I wasn't a big fan, but I may go back to it. But at the time, certainly wasn't in for that. I played Trials, and this one's going to be a bit controversial. I struggled with Trials HD.
Okay.
I really, really struggled with it. And I got Evolution sitting on there as well. So I started playing that, and I really, really liked it. It just did something different to HD. So I ended up deleting HD and keeping Evolution.
Okay. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Then I played Batman Arkham City and just polished that off from when we played it before.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I love that game.
It's a cracking game.
It is a superb game, and I've completed that now, but not in Jayce completions. But yeah, it got me my mojo back a little bit. So I then cracked on to Borderlands.
Cracking game.
Yeah, I lost nights upon nights to Borderlands. I don't think I've got anywhere near completing that yet. I got stuck on one of the first missions because I think it's Scar, the dog.
Yeah.
When you go and get the foot, I shot Scar and I shot him next to the edge of the cliff, and the foot shot up in the air and went over the cliff.
Okay.
So I spent like an hour and a half, 2 hours trying to find out where this foot was, where the minimap was telling me it was, and then I read somewhere that it was gone over the cliff probably, and had to start it again. So yeah, I've got a fair bit. I've opened up the second area, I think, on that one. I just started the wind turbines off.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So still a fair way to go, but yeah, absolutely love that. It's probably going to be one of my first purchases after this challenge. Is Borderlands 2. Went on to Forza. I really didn't like it. Hated it for an hour, and I thought I'll just finish off the next Clubman series. I think I was on just like the second series of races.
Yeah.
And just something clicked with me on it, and yeah, absolutely love that now. So I'll carry on with that. It's not as good as Gran Turismo, I don't think. But it's
a totally different game. Yes, they both contain cars, but I think the physics and everything is totally different.
Yeah. I think I do prefer Gran Turismo over the two, but since I can't play discs on the PS3, I'll stick with Forza for a while.
Okay.
Gran Turismo over Forza.
Yeah.
Darren, give him a slap for me.
I'm on my way, so I'll be there in about 10 hours.
Right. Okay. No problem. I'll put the kettle on. I then gave the Vita some love. I played Rayman, not the new one, the last one.
Yeah.
On the Vita when it was free on Plus. Yeah, enjoying that. Cracking on with it. Not a great love, but yeah, it does what it should do.
Okay.
And I started playing Urban Trials when it was free on Plus.
Yeah, now I asked Terry about this as well, because it's pretty much a Trials clone, isn't it? I read some reviews and they said it's not quite Trials, but it's not bad for a handheld.
Is it Trials with stunts or something?
Yeah, that's pretty much how I'd explain it. Would be Trials with stunts. The stunts probably give it something. If it didn't have the stunts in it, it would probably be an instant delete.
Right. Okay.
I mean, even that's questionable.
Yeah, it gets very repetitive very quickly.
Okay.
Because even though it's stunts, it's only 3 or 4 stunts. It's, I think, a loop-the-loop, longest jump, highest jump, and a target. They're the only 4 stunts you do at any point. So yeah, it does get repetitive really quickly. And then when you run out, it's a bit like Crash Course. You know when you run out of stars and you couldn't progress?
Yeah.
It's a bit like that, but it doesn't have you have to pay to progress part.
Okay.
So I've been playing that. I've hit that point as well where I'm just running out of stars and I can't do something better to get the 1 star that I need.
Right.
So extremely frustrating.
Okay.
So I've put that down and I downloaded. It was Ollie and Darren from Midlife Gamer that kept on and on about World of Tanks.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd download it, and Ollie had a code that would give me lots of special stuff. And I was like, okay, I put it in, I was like, I've got an account. And he's like, don't use the code, whatever you do, don't use the code. Because apparently when we got the codes at Eurogamer a couple of years ago,
yeah,
if you use the code and create an account and you haven't been using it, World of Tanks has still been giving you all the gift tanks and all the freebies.
Oh, okay.
So I loaded it up and I had something like 9 tanks sitting there, 4 of them premium tanks. So yeah, it's a great little game. You just go around blowing stuff up or getting blown up. Games last about 4 minutes tops.
Okay.
Nothing graphic heavy. By all means, definitely go. It's it's free to play. So yeah, definitely go and download it and give it a shot. It's superb.
Okay.
But that's all I've been playing.
I think next section is what have we picked up. I'll start off with this one. So I used I've had quite a lot of cash in my PayPal account, which I've pulled most of it to one side for the next gen consoles, but there was still 100 odd quid in there. So as I was playing Skyrim, I dropped on the last DLC, so the Dragonborn. So I played that through. So while I was cleaning up Skyrim, I got that one done out of the way. I've picked up the free Xbox games, so the Poker, the Magic the Gathering, the Dead Rising 2 and the DLC, and just this morning I think I picked up Rainbow Six. None of these I've actually played. Oh, no, sorry, I tell a lie. I played a little bit of Magic, but it was okay. But the rest are just kind of sat on the hard drive. Now, I have done some preparation for the end of the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So last month I was fishing around for a code because even though I know, Jayce, you've said Need for Speed Most Wanted is a bag of crap, it's something I wouldn't mind experiencing for myself. And it was on my rental list and everything like that. So I thought, right, well, what I was going to do is, I think it was the 23rd of last month, I thought, right, if I bang in a 1 month code and then throw my code on the top, because I'd already bought like a year's membership, throw that on the top, then I'll obviously get August's PlayStation Plus and September's, and they're all just sat there on the hard drive. So anything that's been on PS Plus since August, September are all sat on the Vita, all sat on the PS3, and this is just showing how good my willpower is. I haven't fired any of them up. I've also I bought a year's worth of Xbox Live because I thought, well, I might as well just throw it on there. And finally, so again, this is just showing how much willpower I've got. I was flicking around on eBay and I saw somebody selling a digital code for Animal Crossing for 26 quid. And I thought, I'm going to snap that up. And I did. So then I thought, well, I can just
Hashtag turnip wanker.
Hashtag turnip wanker. So I thought, well, what I can do, I can either just wait till the end of the challenge. But then I thought, well, it is eBay, and if this code doesn't work, and then I go back after like a month and a half and say, I'm sorry, mate, your code doesn't work, then that's just going to be... I'm probably going to lose out on that cash. So I installed it, and it downloaded. And again, I've put it in a folder on its own, way off to the right-hand side of the screen, just called Eurogamer, and it's in there and installed. But again, haven't fired it up. And then just finally, I've been gifted Prison Architect, because my other half has been playing it, and it was on Steam offers.
Do want...
Yes.
I mean, it looks ace. I mean, I'm forever looking over her shoulder and just watching her playing it. And it dropped down to, I think, about 12 quid the other week. So I just got an email through, and it was just like, oh, you've been gifted this. I'm like, Si, what you picked up?
Well, I've picked up... It's very much like yours. I picked up the free Xbox Games with Gold games.
Yeah.
And picked up Poker as well. I fired that one up very briefly, and it seems pretty much like Full House Poker with Full House Poker with bells on. But my God, it runs slow.
Does it?
Yeah, it was really, really sluggish to go from games being started up. But maybe that was just a case of it was the time of the day.
Maybe, yeah. I haven't fired it up yet. Apart from Skyrim, my Xbox hasn't really got that much love. But there again, I've probably dropped about 50 hours into Skyrim. So,
see, my Xbox has got a lot of love at the moment. You know the whole points to pounds fiasco?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Where the conversion doesn't quite match up.
Yeah.
Microsoft have very nicely given me double.
Okay.
So for the amount of points I had left in it was something like £34.70.
Yeah.
Which they converted, and then they converted the points again. So I'm sitting there with about 68 quid in my account. Just burning a hole at the moment.
This isn't like a Terry excuse, is it? The reason you bought something?
No, because I do have £68 still sat on the account. I haven't actually bought anything with it. And then I sat there I think it was on Sunday I started doing it. I sat there and I was like, I'm really starting to get into more PC gaming. I used to love PC gaming. In fact, that's all I used to do. So I looked at Steam and looked at all the free-to-play games and downloaded a selection of them. Downloaded the Blizzard free-to-plays as well, trying to get a Hearthstone key. Not just quite deciding what I'm going to do with them. And I picked up Lego Lord of the Rings on Plus on the Vita.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I've not booted it up yet, but I remember I think it was Batman 2, they added voices into the cutscenes.
Ah, okay.
So I don't know if this has got the voiced cutscenes as well, and I'm not quite sure if
This
I'm gonna like
supposedly
that.
has like direct audio from the films.
Ah, interesting. And just like overdubbed, so to speak.
Yeah, basically they've just ripped exact scenes out of the film and just Legoed it up and then just stuck the voices over.
Does that mean they
Excellent.
haven't got the Lego humour in it then, or are they still got the humour, but they just got the official?
It's probably more the slapstick humour that all Lego games seem to have, so you'll probably find that there's stupid stuff going on in the background while these scenes are going on, but as far as I'm aware, it was the audio from the films.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I'll have a see what that's like and hopefully carry on with it. I fell out of love with Lego games around, I think it was Batman, the first Batman game. But I've never really got back into it. But it was free, so I'll give anything a try for free.
Okay. Cool. Jayce.
What we have picked up, right? Well, this week my brothers lent me Far Cry 3, which I've been wanting to play for ages.
Yep.
I probably won't get around to playing it now. Between now and Eurogamer and then GTA afterwards, I'm not going to get a chance to play that realistically. But never mind, it's there anyway. I've got it as a borrow.
Yeah.
I did have a massive clear out of my shelf. I decided it was getting to the point where my games weren't going to be worth very much very shortly. So
Yeah.
I thought, right, let's have a clear out. I've kept the majority of the games that I really need to keep. Like, I've kept all my Halo games. I've kept Burnout Paradise. I've kept Fallout 3. I've kept all my big games that I need to keep. And took, I think, 24 or 25 games down to game. And I got myself a nice deal down there. The trade price it came to was 52 quid, which wasn't great. But there was some deal going on with trading. You get Steam credit back and stuff like that. So I managed to get £50 on my game card and also £30 of Steam credit.
Excellent.
So 80 quid worth of value for 24 games wasn't too bad, I thought.
Is
Considering
this
a lot
just
of the games were fairly old.
is this just your excuse for buying games on Steam?
No, this is my reason why I can't buy games on Steam, because I haven't spent any money out. So with my £30 of Steam credit, I picked up a few little indie games, and then I was very tempted by Grid 2 back in the day, and I fell out of love with it because people were talking about the handling not being very good. Then I wanted to see it for myself, and you've been in this conversation with me a few times, Darren, when I see Grid reduced, and I saw it reduced to £17 in the Steam sale, and I resisted it. And then a bit later on, it was reduced to £15, and I resisted it. And then a couple of weeks ago, it went down to $12.99, and I had £14 of my Steam credit left, I believe. So why not? I got it. So I played a bit of Grid 2. It's pretty good. It's nice, and it's probably not everything I hoped it would be, but it's scratched that itch for me. So my Steam credit's all gone again now. Thankfully, there's only a week left.
Yeah.
But that pretty much is all I picked up. Obviously, I've downloaded the Game with Gold games and haven't played any of those. As I said, not much Xboxing going on, but that is where I'm at the moment.
Sure. Terry. So.
Nothing. I picked up
So
nothing.
You've picked up nothing.
Nothing.
You've not
So
been
what
given
was that
anything.
picture you posted on Twitter earlier on then? That looked like something that wasn't nothing.
I haven't
to
a clue what you're on about, sorry.
So let's see. We're aware of the gift from a friend who won the lottery.
Yes.
Which was Blacklist. There was GTA, which was a gift from your partner, was it?
It was a gift from my fiancée.
Right.
That was handy,
Okay.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was good.
No.
Was that a birthday or something, was it, Terry? Did you have a birthday
Christmas?
this week like I did?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Okay.
It was in
Christmas, Terry? Maybe.
Yeah, well, it's Christmas somewhere in the world.
Animal Crossing was
There was
who
nothing
that
to do
gift
with
from?
Animal Crossing.
No. So somebody, granted you haven't played it yet, but I believe you have a copy of Animal
I did
Crossing.
procure a copy of Animal Crossing.
And apparently that was a gift as well. Is that right?
I'm just a very lovely person. You seem to forget that.
That's how I tell you, I've heard some bullshit.
This
You
doesn't
are
sound like it,
officially
right?
crap. I think, Terry, you now wear the crown of the worst contender of this challenge.
At least I'm good at something.
What have we missed then? Given that today is the 17th of September 2013, we've missed GTA. Some of us have missed GTA.
Yeah.
All of us have missed GTA.
Well, Jayce, I don't have a copy. Do you have a copy, Jayce?
I don't, mate, but you know as well as I do that I've been so close to walking out the door to get a copy lots of times today.
And even yesterday, you were in two
And
minds whether to go to
yesterday
midnight
I was
launch.
tempted to put my shoes on and go for midnight launch, and I didn't. And then today I was at work and somebody came in talking about GTA, and people on Twitter were talking about GTA. So on the way home I was actually going to go and get a copy. But thanks to you talking me down several times today, I haven't yet got a copy of it. The worst thing is I've got that £50 game card with which I got from trading all those games in, so it wouldn't actually cost me.
No, it
anything.
wouldn't
I'd
have
still
been,
be within the letter of the law, but I haven't.
Very good. Well done.
That's just doing it wrong. You've got the credit there. There's a game you want.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I use that loophole, I've been able to put away the cash from my PayPal for the next 2-gen consoles.
But Jayce hasn't sold half his house.
Well, no, he has now. There's a console gone, if I remember correctly.
No, I didn't sell it.
Oh, didn't you? You slack ass.
I was giving it to the boy instead. So
Oh, okay. So, but I mean, for me, the main point of the challenge was to clear off the pile. And as Jayce has seen, I think my physical pile's down to about 3 discs now.
It's a lowly pile, mate.
It is, yeah. And to be honest, I'm not planning on adding to it. I've updated my game, my Boomerang rental list, and put all my games on there that I want. And to be honest, with all the stuff that's coming on PS Plus, I mean, there's Far Cry 3 coming out in October, which that's just October gone. I don't think I'm going to have to buy a game for a while, which is a good place to be.
Yeah, I mean, we'll go into it more on the thoughts and feelings once we find out what else we've missed. But yeah, I've got some feelings on what the challenge actually did.
Okay, well, I'll just go through what I've missed. So, Saints Row 4, which is obvious because I love Saints Row 3. Diablo 3, after playing the demo, I was very close to dropping on that. In fact, after playing the demo, me and Christina went down to Tesco, and we always walk down the game aisle. And she's like, "Oh, look, Diablo 3's there." I'm like, "Oh, that's nice." She went, "So 2 copies would cost me 80 quid. I could gift you one, couldn't I?" I'm like, "Stop!" I says, "I'm like a week and a half from the end. Just leave it." So I very nearly had that. GTA. To be honest, the single player game I know I'll get bored of, like I've done with every other GTA, because I just end up doing side quests and I get bored. The GTA Online, I do want to play. That looks amazing. And finally, Goddess. That's out in a couple of days. That's Peter Molyneux's new thing. That looks very intriguing. And if it wasn't for the challenge, I'd have a pre-order in for that.
I didn't realise Goddess was out that soon. I knew the beta was out, I think, this week.
Sorry, I know there's something coming out very shortly, and I want to be all over that. I did love Populous. I did love Black and White, and it seems that kind of game. So it's something I'd definitely like to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm there as well. I know Digital Prior put some coin down when it was a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So I'm quite glad that he's buggered off to Glasgow now, so he won't be sitting opposite me playing it while we're waiting for the challenge to finish. One thing I think I've really missed is Disney Infinity. I want to get that for my daughter. I think that's just like the next stage for her gaming education.
For my daughter.
Yeah. Yes, don't touch it. Don't open the seals.
Have you been looking through Terry's excuse book?
It's a very thin book.
Yeah, it was gifted for my daughter.
Very thin book. Reader's Digest sells that book.
It does look good though. There's a nice bit of a review of it by Dashbox, one of the latest Console Ninjas. If anybody's listening to that, that's he's raving about it, and it does sound really, really interesting.
I would only probably buy that game if they ever did like a Tron World.
That'd be quite interesting.
That would look pretty good.
Tron? I think Tron is one of the to comes.
It does have like
it's in the trailer.
Yeah, it does have little bits and pieces, but I don't think the entire world.
See, I don't think I can convince the good lady that £12.50 is just a bit of DLC, but we'll see. I'm waiting for the dust to settle, and if they bring out like another 50,000 characters at £12 a pop, I might give it a bit of a veer.
Think about how many Disney characters there are.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
There's quite a big back catalogue of them there.
You can buy Lady for £12.50, but don't forget Tramp for £12.50.
I'm sold. Fuck it, I'm getting Disney Infinity now.
Yeah. Terry, have you missed anything?
No. The one game I'm kind of missing at the moment, which I don't have a PC to run it, Outlast. I know that's coming to the PS4 eventually.
That's the horror survival.
That is the scary ass fucking Blair Witch in a mental asylum.
Is that the one with the video camera?
That's the one, yeah. Basically,
right,
you just see glowing eyes all the time and just a pissed off face coming towards you. It's like Paris Hilton's
sounds
sex
horrible.
Tape. Yeah, so I'm kind of missing that at the moment, but I know that that's coming out for the PlayStation. I think they said that was coming free on PlayStation Plus at some point, like in the new year, so...
Yeah, I won't be playing that.
Yeah, I know. Your storied history of
yeah.
buying Amnesia and then just letting it sit there and do nothing.
I haven't even downloaded it yet.
Really?
It's still sat in my Steam library, yeah. It sounded horrible.
I mean, you get... Did we have a discussion about Dead Space at one point?
Yeah, I never completed that. That was too scary.
Oh, God, Darren. What is the scariest game you've ever played, just to kind of gauge this?
Barbie Horse Adventures.
Yeah. No, right. So the game that put me off, this was going back about 10 years now. It's a game called The Suffering.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that scared the living crap out of me. And that was about as far as I got with scary games. Thoughts and feelings.
That was a good thought of feeling.
My feeling is we've only got 1 week to go. I'm so happy that I've gone back to PlayStation Plus. Just the service that they seem to be providing. I mean, we all know that they have the downtimes and the maintenance and all the rest of it, and all the past history. But the amount of games that are coming out, a lot of the games that we've actually missed during this challenge, or I have, like the XCOM and the Far Cry 3s and stuff like that, knowing I'm getting those as the monthly games is just fantastic. And also it's putting a load of games onto the Vita as well, which really, well, obviously hasn't added any new games for a year now, so really excited about that. Eurogamer is next week, and really looking forward to the new shiny. I mean, the fact that Titanfall and The Crew is there, that's going to take up my entire weekend, I think.
You and me both.
Yeah, and just new shiny. So looking forward to it. I've got them both new consoles pre-ordered. Both got confirmation that they're going to get delivered on release day. I even managed to move a trading course because it fell, the week in between them both. I would have been on a training course in between that, and I had to speak to my boss and say, hey, it's probably the worst time for us to do this. We've got loads of work on, and by the way, can I work from home that Friday? So, yeah, very excited about new stuff. The end is in sight, and yeah. Si?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited that it's like the year's almost over. A tinge of sadness as well. I'm holding on to XCOM at the moment. I mean, it's sitting on my PlayStation, but I know that you're going to be in for that as well.
Oh, absolutely! It's probably going to be one of the first games to go for.
Yeah, so that's what I've been holding it up for, as to at least I'll have some. I mean, it's kind of like a mini launch day.
Yeah.
We'll have two people experiencing it at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's the thing that I've missed the most on the challenge. It's
Agreed,
not been the games. It's been the seeing people play the games that I want and the crack with they're getting in the games and things like that.
I
not
agree
being
with
part
you.
of that.
I'm kind of slightly worried about Animal Crossing because I know that's got massive community behind it, and I know when it was released, as Jayce complained many times, his Twitter feed was just full of Animal Crossing turnip wankers. So I'm kind of worried that people aren't playing that now, so all the social aspect of that may have gone. But I agree with you. Yeah, it'd be nice to, like when Far Cry 3 comes out, all the people that haven't previously played it are all then suddenly playing it at the same time, and just to be part of that buzz again would be nice.
Totally. I mean, that's what I think is the best thing about Plus is the fact that effectively you've got an instant community playing it.
Yeah,
straight
absolutely.
away. It's not a case of you've got to wait for someone to get it. You've just got to wait for someone to download it.
Yeah.
I mean, my thoughts for the whole challenge though was the fact that it would change our outlook on buying games, and yeah, I've done that. I think I sat there the other day on the Xbox, and I just completely deleted everything that I impulse purchased, and thought, well, I'm not going to play this. It's been on my drive now for a year, and I've not played it. So it went. So all the trials went, all the arcade games went. The only thing that I've got on there now is games on demand that I've bought previously in sales.
Yeah.
And that's all that's on my hard drive is the games on demand.
Yeah, I did a very similar cleanup.
I think there'll be the occasional arcade game, but I don't think I'm going to be so impulsive in, I've got to get that game. Because I won't play it. It'll sit there for a year to 18 months, and then I'll have to delete it when I have to make room for something else.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you. I think it's totally changed my habits. I mean, if you listen back about 3 or 4 episodes, day one I was going to buy this and I was going to buy that and all the rest of it. I've got no intention of buying any games for a little while now. I've got all the PS Plus stuff. I've got my rental set up, and I might be able to ride it out until next gen, to be honest. And to be honest, I've not got anything pre-ordered game-wise for next gen. So, I changed my Xbox order, so I got the Forza as opposed to the FIFA, and obviously we get the PlayStation Plus version of Drive Club. So essentially my my first 2 games for the next gen will both be driving games. And then, we'll just see.
There's more stuff as well, isn't there, for Plus 4? I don't want to turn this into like the Sony fanboy show at the moment.
Yeah,
but
there's the Super Stardust HD new version that comes out with it as well, I think.
yeah, I think they were saying, is it 3 or 4 games a month? I mean, granted, they're not AAA titles. They're going to be the fun indie titles and the fun PSN titles.
But yeah, I mean, I think what I'm just trying to say is that I've no plans on parting with any cash in the near future for games.
No, I think I'm very much the same. I'm going to have GTA Online keeping me occupied.
Yeah.
For I don't know how long, and that's without me going back to Skyrim yet and crafting for another 92 hours.
Been there recently. Yes. Jayce.
Thoughts, yeah. I'm not going to say that GTA because I've already said that before. Thoughts, yeah. Okay, we're a week away from the end. I don't think we've done too badly between us.
No.
Some of us have fallen off to varying degrees.
Terry.
Terry.
Yeah. I've had the Steam thing as well, which has pulled me through and stuff, and
Yeah.
just generally not getting time to play the Xbox and stuff anyway. So, yeah, the end of the challenge is nigh, and it's not going to be the massive climax that I thought it would be, to be honest with you. I can't see me getting much more time to play more games, so I think GTA is on the horizon for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
And then should I get bored with that, as you say, I've got Skyrim there, I've got Borderlands DLC to play, I've got a few other games that I need to get back to, should I need to.
Yeah.
But I think GTA is going to be big for me.
Terry.
I thought the challenge was over already, to be honest with you.
About 8 months ago.
Did it ever start for you, though?
Yeah. What is your interpretation of the word challenge, Terry?
something that's really fucking annoying that I'm not very good at, apparently.
Something that you pay lip service to once a month and not care about the rest of the time.
Well, I do care about it the majority of the time. It's just that other people spur me on to not care about it by buying me games.
Oh yeah, all
the
these friends that
bastards.
keep winning the lottery.
Right. God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, apart from that, I'm just... Well, I was going to say I'm glad it's coming to an end, but apparently my challenge never started, so... yeah, I'm looking forward to Eurogamer, my first one. The excitement's starting to build up now, thinking that pretty much this time next week, I'll be getting up at 4:15 in the morning to travel down to London. And then, yeah, enjoy my first Eurogamer with all the new shiny next-gen stuff. It's going to be very exciting. So yeah, I'm pretty much just waiting for that at the moment. But it's been an experience, guys. It's been well, for you guys anyway, not for me.
It's been emotional.
On the subject of Eurogamer, are you planning to actually see the show this time, Darren, or are you
Well-
in a drunken stupor again this
Well,
time?
I was thinking maybe I don't get as drunk on the Thursday night, so I don't have to spend the Friday in bed.
That's probably a good plan, mate. I didn't see you at all. Nobody did it on the Friday.
No, I actually spent the entire day in bed because I felt that rough.
Doing it wrong.
Yeah, well, the problem was my other half had to... she came down for the Thursday, stupidly left me alone for Thursday evening, and then came back down on the Friday. Oh, no, sorry, came back down on the Saturday morning because she had to go back to work, which meant I was out on the piss all day and all night.
Yes, I remember.
Yes.
Is this like Terry's lottery winner friend?
What's
Is it
that?
just an excuse?
Bollocks to you.
Oh.
Bollocks to you. I'm going to post these bloody pictures on Facebook and show everyone that this is complete bollocks.
Yeah. Do you do favours for this guy, or just...
I'm just a very nice guy. I just talk to him a lot about games. I'm the only person he can talk to about that sort of stuff, so he likes playing co-op with people. Do you really think I'd have bought Splinter Cell Blacklist on PS3? I usually buy my stuff on 360.
Oh, whoa. Would you have bought a game?
No.
Do we need to put this to a vote?
No. I'm just saying, though, that I wouldn't have bought myself a game on the PlayStation.
Actually, isn't there another game you've recently picked up as well?
I don't-
Metal Gear something or other? That was gifted as well, was it?
That was an import from the States by my fiance.
Oh, they don't count then, do they?
You know what we went wrong in this whole challenge? We should have had Terry involved when we thought of the rules.
Yeah. Right, it's a challenge, but you can buy what you want just as long as it's gifted. And you can buy, again, you can buy everything you want. Just come up with a decent excuse.
You'll notice it as well that I've not played one Metal Gear game yet. So again, that's wrapped up. But out of all honesty, that's probably going to stay wrapped because I'm kind of a Metal Gear nut. So all my stuff gets left wrapped up and shoved in big boxes so that I can show off later on. But that was purely for collection, not actually for playing.
Yeah? Yeah. Okay.
No, that's not. Oh, I just feel like this world is crumbling around me. Oh god.
So
Imagine we can do all this in person next week and make him cry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you talked about drowning me in a river earlier.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Yeah, there was that as well.
While you guys are doing the whole Eurogame thing, I'm going to be sat at home doing nothing. So I think it's a good time to give the shout
Doing
out.
it wrong.
I know I'm doing it wrong, but I'm paid for a wedding. Remember?
Still doing it wrong.
There's on Midlife Gamer we're having a huge gamer night for the sad guys that can't go to Eurogamer. So it's going to be like a beer and crying into our beers and reading tweets from people like you saying what a great time you're having.
Oh, we'll post pictures as well.
Oh, thanks.
It's okay. So I know. Sorry, I've been keeping an eye on the forum thread, and people are suggesting a bit of Red Dead and that kind of thing. I was thinking because most people on the list seem to have a PS3. Would this be an opportunity to use that PlayStation Home?
What is I keep going into home and I keep going around and I see tons of people dancing and I just think fuck it. And
So,
no.
well, I mean, we discussed before we started playing. You know how Warcraft. I mean, I used to be at a point where I used to go into Warcraft on Christmas Day or on New Year's Eve and virtually celebrate with a load of people. PlayStation Home is essentially an MMO. So you could meet up with all these people on the PS3 and all go and play virtual games of pool, virtual arcade games, virtual games of bowling, and just hang out virtually. I was going to put it on forum thread, but I thought I'd bring it onto this.
Yeah, that's
It might be worth looking at.
Yeah, actually quite.
It's a stopgap before GTA Online, if nothing else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean that's what we were hoping. We was hoping that it was GTA Online was going to be that weekend, and then obviously we would get a head start on. All you going on to Eurogame event? Nah, it's the weekend after. All right, shall we go on to the next section before we get too emotional? So it's the Yoshi section. Darren, what Darren is that? Darren?
That's me.
Is that your question?
Yeah. So the question is, what's the first game you're going to pick up after the challenge?
GTA.
GTA for you, obviously. These two Muppets have already picked it up. So what's the next
It
game
was
you two are
a
going to buy?
Joker.
Okay, so what's the
You're
first?
a Joker.
What's the first game you are going to pick up after the challenge? As you've already got the game.
Yeah, that everyone else is going to pick up. Choice of two, really. It's either going to be Max Payne 3,
Wow.
just so that I've
okay.
got another social club game,
Okay.
or it may be Borderlands 2, and I'm probably going on the Xbox because I'm doing Borderlands on the PS3, which no one seems to have.
That's right. Yeah, I've got it on the Xbox. Jayce has got it on the Xbox. I think Terry's got it on the Xbox.
Yeah, so that might sound like a good night. Borderlands 2 and
Okay.
yeah, definitely Borderlands 2, I'd say.
Terry.
Hello. Yes.
Has he got any games left to buy?
I was going to say that all these games that I keep on supposedly buying is going to keep me going forever. Probably Batman Origins.
Okay. So you right up until the next gen. So there's nothing in the immediate future you've got your eye on.
Not really, no. I think GTA is pretty much going to cover it. And well, GTA and Saints Row. But you said buy after, so it'll be either they were bought or anything. So yeah, it'll be most likely Batman Arkham Origins.
Excellent. Jayce, obviously you're going to go GTA, aren't you?
I am indeed, sir.
Cool. I think my plans, if everything goes according to plan, I've got enough to play. And I think my first one will probably be Titanfall. I know that's not 2014. So that's my next planned game to buy.
Okay, just obviously I'm going to change it up a little bit, that question for you then. Because you're saying that you've got your rental list
Yes.
pretty much sorted. No, I'm pretty much the same. I've got my rental list ready to go. I got a nice little deal with Blockbuster.
Okay.
So what's going to be the first game you've got at the top of your rental list?
The top of my rental list is Killzone Mercenaries,
Wow.
because that's getting a lot of love from I've seen quite a few people playing it and giving it a thumbs up, and I've been intrigued with it for a while.
Okay.
So yeah, that's on the top of the list, and then second on the list is the Lego City Undercover for the 3DS.
I take it you're a Boomerang.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. Other game rental companies are available.
Yes, like Blockbuster.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, doke. Weehas, you are recording on GTA Day. Yes, sorry, Teehee.
Yeah, I used to like her.
Yeah. What games are you glad you played, and thanks to the challenge?
All of them.
Yeah.
So I think for me, I'm glad that I went back and finished Red Dead Redemption. I'd only skimmed the surface. I got down to Buffalo, I think it was, which isn't really far at all. And I'm glad I played it through because I thought the story was amazing. And if we'd have just continued buying games, I'd have never got back to that. So that ticks the box for me. Jess?
I don't know, I haven't really played a great deal, mate, to be honest with you, have I?
Or is there anything you would
on the
have
face of
not
things.
played? Oh, should have said something would have stayed on the pile.
No.
Okay.
Is the answer.
Fair enough.
To be honest, I've come to the realisation that I had a big pile of crap up on the shelf that I wasn't going to play anyway, and yeah, that's I don't know what I'm answering to this question.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your input.
Sorry, mate, I was reading a piece about GTA.
Oh, okay. You're going to be out again, aren't you? Because
No.
Tesco's are open 24/7. You could be there and back.
Resist.
Terry, is there something you wouldn't have normally played?
Not really.
I'm going to say you haven't really had time, have you?
Well, exactly, yeah. With all the nothingness that has been going on over this past year. Black Void is this past year, I'm telling you. No, not really. The one crowning achievement was that I got to finish Saints Row the Third to completion.
Yeah.
With all the DLC as well. And that was one of the main ones I've actually got as 100% completed on my Xbox, along with Terminator Salvation.
Yeah, everybody's got that there.
Well, it took you a while to get it, but yeah.
Yeah, well, I went back and I rage quit on that so many times.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, I cut on Cybertrain 2. I mean, we were forced to play Skyrim when we did.
Yes.
What was it? We did it in December, didn't we?
Yes.
So yeah, I played that a fair bit. I really enjoyed that. But I probably would have got round to that anyway.
Okay.
So Borderlands was the one I think that my most. Oh my god, why haven't I played this before?
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I'd say Borderlands.
Okay. And she also asks, she says, what's the one non-AAA title that you regretted missing? Now, I'm going to go with... Well, whether you class it as AAA or not, I don't know. But the Walking Dead 400 Days, I haven't played that. And as I enjoyed the rest of the Walking Dead.
How have you not played that?
No, I've played 1 through to 4, and I've
Yeah.
not played the 400 Days.
But I'm sure we said a few episodes back ago that we were treating that as DLC.
Yeah, but, well, I haven't as yet dropped on it. But that's the game I've missed because I've been busy with other games.
Yeah.
Jayce, you tend to go away from the... You're not always into the AAA, are you? Is there some indie game that you've picked up that you probably wouldn't have had time for previously, or...?
I think just a lot of indie stuff, to be honest with you. Now I'm playing lots of PC and lots of indie games on Steam and stuff.
Yeah.
I've probably played a lot more of the sort of games that I really like than I would have done if I'd have just stayed playing lots of Xbox and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
So it's been helpful for me to really embed myself in the indie stuff, and yeah, long may it continue.
Excellent. Terry, is there anything you've picked up? Oh, I should say, sorry, is there any AAA title that you've missed? Sorry, non-AAA.
Non-AAA.
There you go, yeah, non-AAA.
Yeah.
Hotline Miami was one of them. That can be classed as an indie game, right?
Well, it's a non-AAA, I guess.
Yeah. Papers, Please. Played the demo of that.
Good shout.
Yeah.
Good shout. I haven't played that one.
Played the kind of beta demo-y thing that they put out, or the guy put out, or whatever it was, and really enjoyed that. It was somewhat unique, but kind of missed out on that one. Outlast, which I mentioned earlier, but that's not technically a AAA title. But yeah, I mean, as silly as it sounds, like all these like big grand indie titles that look like AAA titles. I mean, Gone Home. I'm hearing everyone talking about that game.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I think it's more of a case of I'm probably missing it more because people are talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, kind of missing out in the whole discussion thing of being able to talk about something at the time. But yeah, they're the kind of the main ones. Yeah, I'm not really big on the indie thing, but I'm kind of trying to expand myself. Well, at least after the challenge is over next week.
The game I think I regret missing most is, and it's one that I've always bought year on year, was Tiger Woods.
Okay.
I've sunk quite a few hours into Tiger Woods in the past, but then you could say that is a AAA title.
Okay, we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah, good plan.
She has also said, why does the pile behind you never get smaller?
Oh, that's simple. I know the answer to this one.
Because
Terry's too busy playing games to redo the logo.
Well, there you go, you see. distracted by other shiny.
Got one job, Terry.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Fuse. There you go.
And then finally, Matt asks, after the challenge is over, are you going to keep recording? He likes his monthly fix.
I would like to say that talks are in progress, and watch this space, really.
Yeah, we're just trying to find an editor because certain editors don't want to do any more editing.
Certain editors might be back in the game very shortly. Stop moaning.
In fact, I do remember right at the beginning of this, like, no, I'll edit. No, it's all right, you do it. And then after episode 1, I think it was like, so do you want to edit this episode? And then I've done the other 12. But no. To be honest, if somebody is willing to edit, because I really need to go back and carry on with my other podcast, then I'm more than happy to record.
I'd like to do something.
Yeah.
We'll do some stuff, mate. We'll do some stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of us has a gaming podcast that goes on that might need extra voices on occasionally. So, yeah.
And I have no
Things
life, so
will
I'm
go on.
available whenever.
That's it. Like I say, watch this space. Something's going to go on anyway.
Yeah, indeed. Kev, Drunk Rogue, sent in an email with a number of questions on there. First of all, he says, "Hi guys, nice to see that the Year of Shame challenge is almost over, but none of you are so much as Terry, as he's been doing so well."
You see? I didn't pay him that. I didn't get him a lottery winning
Did you get
friend to
money
pay
from
him
your
that
lottery
either.
friend?
You sure Kev wasn't your lottery winning friend that gave you that?
Well,
game?
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I didn't get him. Well, checks in the mail.
Yeah. He says, out of all the games that you've started on your pile of shame, what is the game you're most pleased you've completed during the challenge?
Ooh. Completed, as in complete, or just played? I think
Well-
it's completed.
I think actually completed.
Is he referring to the old pile or the new pile?
What?
Well, most of us have got an old pile, and that's the same one.
Right, no, it's fine.
Only Terry has piles.
Yeah. Again, for me, I think getting through all the Skyrim DLC. I mean, I did love Red Dead Redemption, but I always saw Skyrim as this thing that would never ever get finished. That was always be open ended, and I guess it is still. But I've got it to a point where I feel I've completed it and the DLC. So that for me would be my one.
Having to think about this one. Completed.
Okay, Terry, have you actually completed anything?
Of course I have. Well, and like I say, this intro one from earlier is one of the main ones. I'm just trying to think of what other games I played, because there's been so many. I enjoyed playing. That was another one. Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that was a fun little thing to kind of play through. It's kind of like Far Cry 3 light, but I like the environment. I like the aesthetic of it, like the 80s neon cheesy bollocks and all that stuff. Yeah, I enjoyed playing that to completion. That was one that I enjoyed doing. It's tedious as fuck towards the end, but apart from that, yeah, I really enjoyed getting to the end of it.
Excellent.
There's one that kind of sticks out, yeah.
Jayce?
I think Saints 3. I didn't complete it 100% like you lot did, but
Yeah.
I was playing it all through co-op with Willie, and we completed that one through. Honourable
Excellent.
mention also goes to Borderlands 2, which there's no shame in that, but it was on the pile before we started.
Yeah, it was.
Great game, mate. Got to be played.
Yeah.
Game I think I'm glad I completed was Half Minute Hero Super Mega Neo Climax Ultimate Boy.
Yeah. I can understand why.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
Is that even a real game? Made that up on the spot.
Yeah.
Just because you haven't bought it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Ah, right, no, that's fine. Is that? Yeah. Oh, there was a disconnect there somewhere. Sorry. Continue.
He also asks, out of all the remaining games, of those that you've sold, struck, traded, what one are you most gutted about not completing?
None. That was the reason that I got rid of them.
I got rid of a game quite early on, and it's something that I could have sunk a lot of time in, but I got rid of it. And that was Just Cause. I started playing that, and I would have loved to have spent a lot more time in that, but I knew it was going to be such a time sink. I had Just Cause 2 on the shelf as well, and I sold them both. I would have loved to have put a lot more time into that.
Yeah,
but
I had Just Cause 2 as well. Because I think you bought 2 copies.
yeah, there was some. I don't remember. But, yeah, that's right. Actually, yeah, I sent you a copy, didn't I?
Yes. And I'll return the favour in a week's time.
Oh yes, excellent.
Mine was Mirror's Edge. I played it almost to completion the first time round. Then halfway through the challenge, I got back into it and played it from the start, almost to completion again. And then I realised that I'd get a good price on it because there was buzz about Mirror's Edge 2 coming out, so I traded it. And now I still didn't get around to completing it, so that's a shame.
Ouch. Terry?
No, I got rid of all the games that I'd kind of had enough with, to be honest with you. The games that I did play, I played through enough of it to say, right, okay, I'm done with that. And then that's why it went to onto eBay and onto someone else who could appreciate that for what it was. But yeah, I don't regret any of those, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yes. Would any of you be daft enough to do anything like this again?
Nope.
If you don't involve him.
Probably.
Yeah, we're starting again next week.
You're
Bollocks,
on
Tim.
your own. I hope we don't get into the situation when we have to do something like this again. I think it has been beneficial, especially for the pile, and getting it down to a place where the next gen's out and I'm not going to worry too much about games that I haven't played. I mean, we mentioned a couple episodes ago, I was quite tempted to just survive on, the games with gold and the PS Plus, which I think would be quite possible, but I quite like the choice of if I did want to go and play like Diablo or something like that, I wouldn't have to wait for it to come free to play or something like.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go back to the other challenges I was doing before where people challenged me to do certain things or get certain achievements on games, because that was a lot better and a lot less painful than this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I think if I'm going to do something like this again, I think it's going to be on movies. I've alluded to it in past shows, but I was actually made up a database of all my movies because the OCD made me. And I've got like 313 Blu-rays now, and out of them, probably 250 of them are still sealed.
Ouch. Well, funny, I was getting into a similar boat. But as part of this challenge and the selling on eBay, I don't have a single Blu-ray in the house now. No, I don't. I've sold the lot, and anything that I was that bothered about, I bought on iTunes.
Same here.
But anyway, we're going slightly off topic.
Never done that before.
Oh no. He has asked a couple of other questions, but I think we've already answered those through other stuff.
Yeah.
But thanks very much for those, Kev.
That leads us to the shout-outs. We got a big one from the Last Save Loaded guys on their last show, as On Your 6 is attempting his own Year of Shame challenge shortly. The idiot.
To be honest, I was listening to that today, and I was shaking my head when I'm listening to it. I'm thinking, don't do it.
And this is the best thing, they've actually invited me on the next show to give him some pointers and some guidance. I was going to send Terry.
Why don't you send Terry
Yeah,
instead?
send the Year of Shame ambassador, Terry. Because if he gets these rules down right from the beginning, then he's in for an easy ride.
Yeah, exactly. So, hang on, just so I can know for the show to give him the guidance. So he needs to find a lottery winner.
Yeah, that helped. Well, no, try again. The lottery winner finds you.
Ah, right.
I didn't go out and vet a lottery winner so he could buy me a game.
Is this in some special UK Craigslist or something? Or
Well, yeah.
Lottery winner needed for games.
Doesn't he also need to get loads of review games as well?
No, that's signed.
See, you say this, but this is in your own head. I've only ever had 2 review games.
My arse. I'm definitely listening back to it.
yes.
So they gave us a big shout out and good luck to him, and I'll pass on your regards and Terry's tips to him. I think it's tomorrow I'm recording, so that should be with us soon.
Excellent. Okay. Look forward to that.
I want to give a shout out.
What?
I want to give a shout out
Go on.
to you guys for making this fucking crazy challenge. I think you've all done great. I haven't. I can speak from the outside looking in at this point, let's face it. I might as well just crack open GTA now. But
what you weren't going to anyway.
Well, you never know what happens. But yeah, just...
I know you've sat there and you took 7 pictures, haven't you? So when I asked for a
hang on. Listen.
Oh,
I
think he's been installing it while we've been recording, to be honest with you.
Actually, yeah.
No, listen,
under
this is
profile.
actual like GTA in my hand. It's all... You can hear it in its rapping.
Seems legit.
It's exactly. What more proof do
I'm
you
going to
need?
look for an Xbox user of Foxhounder02 see if he's been playing GTA.
That is one thing that you did mention to me, like, oh, did you just set up a new account so you could play it? Why would I go through these lengths?
Because you're crap. This is the person that said to me, it's alright, play Animal Crossing. Did you know you can turn off your online profile so people can't see what you were playing?
No, let's not go there.
Bad man.
There was no particular reason. He seemed like he was really down at the time, needed to play some Animal Crossing. There's a lot of hashtag fuck YoS messages coming through, and I just feel like he needed to pick me up.
And this is when I
You sound
accidentally
like he's a
found out.
cocaine dealer.
I know.
Let's go for this hit, you know you want it. Don't worry about it, it's fine.
Anyway.
Yeah,
I'm going to give a shout out as well. Firstly, shout out to you guys for having a nice little record every month with me. It's been really good fun. A big shout out to everyone who's listened. I know there's been a few people listening and a few people chiming in with questions and stuff every time, and the support's been really good to keep us on the straight and narrow. Massive thanks to Darren, my second conscience, who has been stopping me buying lots of games and talking me down lots and lots of times.
It's okay.
And putting up with my fuck you're ashamed challenge.
Daily emails.
Every single day on text and tweets and everything else. Yeah, cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, well, it has been emotional. It's definitely been a test of willpower. I probably won't do this again ever, but I think it has definitely changed me for life.
Is this like the audio version of a big, massive like group hug?
Yeah, I mean, I might as well join in as well. And so, like the shout I give to you guys. I mean, it all started on Twitter about a year ago when someone said, "Well, that would be a good idea for a podcast."
Yeah, I think I had beer in me at the time.
Yeah,
that explains everything then.
Yeah, I'm never using Twitter with beer inside me again.
But yeah, it's, as you say, it's been emotional. It's been one hell of a ride, and that's from like to you guys. I've not been here every month for other reasons. Just made you guys do it, but everyone that's been listening as well, and also
the other people that have been taking part as well. I'm surprised how many of us have actually got through to this point, and people are that have still got to the end of the year, like Darren and Ragnar, and people are about to start a challenge after listening to a year of suffering.
Mental.
I don't get it.
I mean, we had the idea this would be a good idea for a podcast. I mean, how stupid must you be on your six to actually listen to a year of it and then go, that'd be a really good idea?
Yeah, and I think we timed it absolutely spot on. The fact that we managed to get rid of a lot of existing games to clean up, ready for the next gen, I don't think we could have timed it better.
No, it seems to have been the end of a generation, end of an era, end of a podcast.
Oh, don't cry, we are coming back next month.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we should mention that as well, that we will be back next month.
For a final wrap-up episode, just to see how badly Terry fell off the wagon.
Well, you say that, and I was just thinking that, but I've bought everything anyway, so surely there's nothing else for me to buy, right?
I tell you, we don't need a podcast for that. We need a pie chart.
Just give me my own half-an-hour segment. That's cool.
I think it will be interesting. I mean, we're all talking the talk now that we're not picking up anything. Once we're let free, it will be interesting to... as first trip into a game store and give it neat walking out with the arms full of stuff.
Well, this is my big concern because before we started it, I was actually doing this for, I think it was 7 months before we started.
Yeah.
And I was just doing it myself. And that's where you guys come in and said, that'd be a good idea for a podcast. So I stopped for a month. And in that month between actually doing it on my own and then doing it with you guys, obviously the challenge, I just went on a complete bender. It was everything.
What was he called?
Anything that was for sale, I would buy. I stocked up big time in that month, and it was like a fat person being introduced to cake again.
Yeah. We'll be back with an episode in October. We're not sure what date yet because Terry's disappearing out of the country, and definitely I'm out of the country as well towards the end of the year, end of the month.
Yeah,
so we'll get something in and we'll see where we've gone. It's probably worth just wrapping up here. If you do want to follow us on Twitter, it's at YoS Challenge. If you want to send us through an email, it's yoschallenge@gmail.com. And we've all got our own personal Twitters, so at Jayce Stokes, at Cy Stevens with an I, at D5120, and at FoxHounder01. Again, if you are about to start your own challenge, please speak to Terry and make sure you get those
Rules down.
You might as well. Yeah, I'm
rules.
going to say you might as well come to me. Clearly, I've done the best out of this. I've come out on tops of everyone.
What I would like to say is that if you guys, you've obviously got the email address and you've got our Twitters now, that if you want to give us your thoughts and feelings for the wrap-up show of how you got on through the year.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, good chat.
Cool. Well,
Well,
until the next one, we'll see most of you Eurogamer and those that we don't. We'll see you on the forums and on Twitter. Until then,
cool. Take it easy, people.
cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.